Right now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, give your hearts and start clapping your hands right now for Aaron Abram.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I was like, congratulations to all the graduates of 2012. I'm one of y'all. We've done it, all right? Now, I want to extend a major thank you to Miss Tracy and Spokesman Recorder for giving me this opportunity. And just know, thank you for your commitment to our community, our future professionals, and also just the power of education. You always let us know that, and you continue to do it. Now, for those, oh, sorry, got to get your clap on. I understand. For those that didn't know, I'm a product of the generosity of this very program. In 2004, like you said, I graduated from Blake, and I was a recipient of the Cecily Newman Scholarship Award. Now, for everyone to recognize just how much this program has advanced, when I received, this Cecily Newman in 2004, we were at Concordia's gym over in St. Paul. And, we had a great speaker. He played for the Minnesota Vikings. That's my guy. He ain't around too much no more. It's cool. It happens. But look at where we at now. Ball out. We balling out. We're doing it, all right? So that's a dedication to your work. This program is now in its 17th year of investment in our futures, an investment that I can say played an integral part in my time at Morehouse College and helped me set on the path to do what many told me was illogical and what some said was even impossible for a young African-American male from the north side of Minneapolis. A confidence in that young man from 2004 that's part of the reason that last Sunday, just a couple days back, last Sunday, I graduated from Claude W. Pettit College of Law, and it was a long 3 years. Thank you. Yeah. So one more time, Ms. Tracy and the Spokesman Recorder, please help me in thanking them for saying yes when other people continue to say no. Thank you. Thank you. Now, when I was first asked to do this speech, I was excited. I came here last year. I did 5 minutes. It went off. I was like, yes, I did it. And then I looked at the advertisement. Here's the problem with that. LL Cool J was on there. Hill Harper was on there. Nick Cannon was on there. And then in the middle of all them, you had me with my Morehouse picture. Now, normally I got a little bit nervous. I'm like, whoa, that's a high caliber. But then I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm just as articulate. I'm just as intelligent. And if I can do nothing else, I can speak. So we're fine, and believe me, you can trust me. According to my JD, I'm a doctor. So you don't have to worry about it, okay? Now, in the spirit of this event, the words that I have for you can be summed up in one phrase. That's called the track, the trial, and the triumph. A phrase applicable to every walk of life and in every single situation. Now, first you have your track. Your track is your purpose. It is your pursuit of your goal. For some, this happens in high school. For others, it happened in college. For me, it was a little bit different. You asked my grandmother. I knew I was going to be a lawyer at the age of 4 when we were watching Judge Wapner every weekday. And I hope y'all know who Judge Wapner is. By nobody doing this, you don't know. That's fine. I got your back. In one episode in particular, Judge Wapner was going off on somebody that didn't pay their friend back for helping them buy a car. And after he went off, boom, he slammed the gavel hard. I mean, he wanted to get a point across. I'm talking to you. Now, here's the thing. I looked at her, I said, Grandma, what's that thing? Boom, boom, boom. And she was like, I don't know. Now, my thing is, it's my belief that as a 4-year-old child, I imagined that I saw this man on TV that was able to yell at somebody, that was able to slam something down, and he did not get in trouble. I want to be that guy. Like, I don't want, because I had whoopings before, don't get it twisted. I wanted to be that guy. And she told me an hour or so later, some time later, I came back to her and I said, gavel, Grandma, gavel. And she has no idea where I received that information from. But what we did know from that moment on is that I knew what my track was. I knew that I wanted to be that man with the plan, with the gavel in my hand, doing my thing. And so that's what I plan to do. Now, despite my story, know that sometimes the impact that you have to make through your purpose is not so clear-cut. But when you find it, it will definitely identify itself because who you are and how you operate will fall into that mission. That's a promise that I make to you right now. And please note that I said find. Find. That means you have to seek it out. It's true that good things come to those who wait, but it's also true that great things go to those who get it. You have to get out here and get it. Now, if you don't believe me, feel free to ask Russell Simmons if Def Jam fell in his lap. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask Ben Carson if he just woke up one day and was a neurosurgeon. Or, even better, ask Oprah, talk show host, philanthropist, everything else, first African-American woman billionaire, if she waited for all that to come to her. She didn't. Now, I want to point out something specifically about this track. And this track allows you to progress. It has those boundaries. It has those white lines on the side. And I actually had a person. Mom, where you at? There she is. That is my mother. That is the boundaries to my track. And I just want to say that she even remains that boundary whether I love it, like it, or hate it. She's always there. And to say a quick thing about my mother, every card that she has ever written me, she said the same thing. She's my #1 cheerleader. Now, she probably think I never read that. I read it every single time. I look for it now. If it's not there, I know she didn't write it. Somebody bamboozled me and put her name on it. Now, and I love you for that, Mom, but I have to give her a quick shout out because not only because she's my mama, but because she truly embodies the essence of this event, because my graduation from high school, college, and now law school would not have been possible without her sacrifices, and I understand that. Yes. Now, when my mother had me, she was a child herself at 16 years old. But from day one, she made me a part of, if not her track. And making sure that I had everything I needed to succeed, motivational words for me when I was down, and threats for me when I got lazy, and they came frequently. And she found new ways to say different things. Now, the impact on our household was only overshadowed by her leadership in our household and academia, as she received her bachelor's, her master's in organizational leadership, and is currently in a doctoral program. We getting degrees around here. That's what we do. Now, during high school, she made sure that my work was finished and loved volunteering at the school to keep an eye on me. Now, I know there's a lot of parents out there that say, ooh, that's good. That is a great parent. I agree. Here's the problem. The problem is that this good 20% of the time, you know, if I need some change for the pop machine, she's always there. I got you. You know, or if you need a teacher to come correct, great to have your parent there. But then there's the other 80% of the time where you turn around and she's just being a little mirror right in your door, making sure that you're actually in there and doing the work. Sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me. You already knew. I heard it coming. Now, and the thing about it is that you have to trust your students. And the reason I say you have to trust your students, or your children, I should say, is because at some point, and it's going to be the truth, everybody in here, you could say Aaron Abram said it on May 24th. It's the truth that the freedom that they seek right now will present itself when they go to college. And if you have trained them up in the right way, you have nothing to worry about. but they have to get the trust first to understand how to act independently. And this leads us to the second, oh, okay, get your clap on. I ain't gonna stop you from clapping, don't worry. Which brings us to our next portion, which is called the trial. Now, trials come in numerous forms, but the two most important are you and the trials that actually affect the track that you plan to make. Now, when I talk about you, I'm not talking about a superficial type way. I'm not talking about your hair, make sure it's curled up, waved up. You know I got the waves though. Waved up. What I'm talking about is your brand. What is your brand? Is the person that you see in the mirror the same one that other people see as well? It's very important because if you want to be a doctor, you have to do doctor things. You have to associate yourself with mentors that are doctors. You have to associate yourself with activities that doctors would do because it makes no sense for you to hoop 24 hours a day and you talking about having a scalpel. That doesn't make sense. And if you want to be a lawyer, it's the same thing. And I'm definitely trying to put a shout out there for anybody who want to be a lawyer, holla at your boy. I have an example for you on what your brand is. Now, how would it look if I walked into a practice, right? I walked to a practice, I gave him a great interview. I told him I want to save the world's children, one child at a time. He's like, oh, for real? Yes, I want to do all that. Now, how many of y'all got Facebook pages? Just by raising, you raise your hand first, so I'm talking to you now. You raise it too fast, you're moving too fast. Now, did you know that employers now are asking you for your Facebook usernames and passwords? So tell me this, how would it look if I'm sitting there and I give this fantastic interview and he says, Mr. Abram, you are as good as hired, let me see your Facebook. So what had happened is, I'll just give it to you. So he clicks on my profile, my timeline, since they want to change it up on everybody. And the next thing he sees is me with no shirt on, with my underwear showing, leaning back with a caption that says, haters, the baby ain't mine. Now, I'm dead serious right now. I'm dead serious. Now, all of a sudden, we have gone from the perfect interview to a Kevin Hart special. Wait a minute. Who is this person? What is your brand? Is it the same person that you presented in both arenas to yourself and to everybody else? Create your brand now. Now, when I'm talking about your brand again, please continue to separate yourself from the crowd. You have to, because we're originals. And originals have never, ever been able to fall into a group. Our value lies in our ability to continue to remain that way. While in your respective colleges and universities, wherever you go off to, treat your experience like college and not Kinko's. For the simple fact that you are here shows me that you value yourself, your family values you, and your community does it well. You are worth more than a 65-cent copy, so act that way. Okay? Now, the next set of trials is an actual attack on your purpose. Oh, I hear you, Mom. Now, I gave her a few too many calls, it seems. But the success of these trials depends on if you win that first battle, which is you. Now, why does that matter? It matters because if you stay true to yourself, the purpose that you have will remain the same. A changed person can't have the same goals. It will never meld, it'll never match. Now, there are challenging classrooms and even more challenging people and attitudes that you have to deal with when they're talking about an attack on your tract. But here is the first tool in passing all those trials and those tests. Your attitude determines your altitude. Period. Your attitude determines your altitude. Let no one's attitude negatively affect yours. In college and law school, there are many situations and there were many people and personalities. I can't even begin to even tell you about the people that I met, but I can tell you one thing. My brand demanded that I keep a smile on my face, talk when necessary, and keep it moving, because that's not who I was there for. I was there for a completely different purpose, and I was there for completely different people. And no matter the situation or the action, your demeanor is most important. Because anything somebody can try and use against you, they will. If you give them nothing, they starve. Let them starve. Now, there will always be challenging classes that will make you consider whether you want to continue. There will be individuals that will be more than happy to see you fail so that they can feel successful. There will be challenging decisions that you will have to make for yourself, but understand that this is not beyond you. That class is not impossible or no one would pass it, so push through it. Doubters, haters, and naysayers will always be around, so keep shining. And the best decision that you can make is one for yourself, because if you make it for yourself, then you remain true. Making it for another person does nothing for you. Now, what this challenges us to do is to choose you over the distractions. Now, I know I'm gonna make a few students mad at me for this one, because I know y'all headed to college, and you're gonna have a new freedom, but excessive partying is not worth it. You could party for the rest of your life. I promise you. Now, but here's the issue, is that I was in the ATL, Morehouse College, that's my spot. I was in ATL, shouty. And they were out there, and they partied because the sun came up and then went down at a specific time. It's going down to 7:05, now 7:10, all right? 7:10, all right, let's go. Like, they went off. That's just how they operate. And my thing was, it was the first time that I was ever able to have that much freedom. I got to choose whether I went to class. What? My mom ain't beating her. My mom used to wake me up, rise and shine and give God the glory, glory, every single morning. And you mean to tell me I ain't got that no more? What you know, all of a sudden, well, you know, she was a little bit overprotective. She calls it excessive loving, but I understand that too, Mom. For the first time, I could choose whether I wanted to study or not. I didn't have her over my back. Your homework finished? Player? No, Mom. It's not finished yet. Well, you get on it. All right, I'm on it. For the first time, I could chill over at Spelman College, see what they're talking about over there. I love Spelman. Now, and I'll admit that the first semester I was overwhelmed. But see, here's the thing. Going back to support and how important it is. I have to give a huge shout out to my freshman year roommate. His name was Travis Jones. Now, yes, Mom, we know you love Travis. This is the reason my mom loves Travis. He was a business marketing major from Champaign, Illinois. And this brother was serious. I'm saying so serious to the point we had vanilla-scented trash bags in our room or nothing type bad. Like, my boy was, all right, bro. Okay, bro. I mean, do what you want. Now, I was getting it. I was out there clubbing. I was going to the next party. They're giving me free passes. I'm like, free? Pass? And you got a bus? Yo, I'm on it. Now, here's the thing. When I was leaving out one time, Travis told me, he was like, all right, bro, you have a good time. But I'll be up when you ready to come back. And I was like, all right. You know, I'm walking away thinking, dude, come on now. Who's going to be up till umpteenth time to make me study? Now, at this time, it's about 3:30, 3:45 in the morning. And I walk in tired, and I just do my thing. Here's Travis with his feet on his desk, laid back, with his arms across his chest, with the music blasting. He was like, hey, bro, you ready? What? I was like, you serious? He was like, as a heart attack. Thank you, Travis. And what's funny is that that's the type of people that, I mean, even when you're not looking out for yourself, God put somebody in place to make sure you are still sought after. And so my thing is, I believe my time at Morehouse College would have been a lot differently had I not had somebody with me like Travis Jones. Matter of fact, I interned last summer with the Fulton County Prosecutor's Office in Atlanta, Georgia, and I actually stayed at his house, and we talked about this exact moment. And even today, he still says, hey, bro, I had you, bro. I still got you, bro. So just know that when time comes, I don't want to pay for no legal services, bro, for real. For real, bro. Like, this is Travis, you know what I'm saying? So, but you show me your friends, and I show you your future. Iron sharpens iron, always. So if you're hanging with dull blades, you're getting nothing done. Now, oh yeah, clap it up, clap it up. You ain't clapping, brother, yeah, I got my eye on you now. You raised your hand too fast on Facebook, I got you now. Because never forget that teamwork makes dreams work. I got that from Curtis Payne on House of Pain. That's my dude. That is my guy. I love that show. Now, another friend of mine named Demetrius, he also had an impact on me at a very critical trial. And that critical trial was my first year in law school. Now, if you know anything about law school, your first year is your make it or break it. You either succeed or you fail. You either rise or you fall. And I called him and I said, bro, I can't do it. He said, what do you mean? I said, I can't do it. Like, it's too hard. Maybe this dream that I had actually wasn't feasible. Maybe, you know, maybe I need to go do something else. Like, I could find something else. And he said something to me that really stuck with me for three whole years. And he said, Aaron, you're my best friend. You're my only friend from the neighborhood that actually set out to do something, and you're in the process of doing it. He said, if you're not good enough, let them tell you you're not good enough. You don't tell yourself that you're not good enough. And all I've ever heard you say is that you wanted to be a lawyer, and you were there. So you only leave if they kick you out and throw your stuff on the side of the road. And my thing is, thank you. And my thing is, that helped at such an imperative time because my morale was so low. And they did everything at that school they could to beat me down. And they said every possible thing that they could say to somebody to make them quit. But it's the people that I had around me. It's the friends like Demetrius, and it's the mom, oh yeah, and it's the mom who put it down and who sacrificed. And one thing you should know about my mom is that my grandfather, when she was younger, moved to California. So my mom used to go visit California. And the reason I'm telling you this is because my mom turns into a Cali gangster whenever she get mad. Whenever I decide that I want to say something along the lines of I can't do it, I want to quit. And you know how you be on the phone, you ever said something slick to your mom or your dad, and when they start talking, you can literally look at the phone and see what they're doing? Like they just gearing up? Now, the reason I tell you this is because my mom did that same exact thing when I told her the same thing that I told Demetrius. And she told me, Aaron, for real? What'd I tell you when you was younger? Come from the dome, but don't come home. I was like, now, and she, you know, and she continued, she told me, you better go get that work. You are just as intelligent as anybody in that building. And I don't know where you got this quitting spirit from, but you need to rebuke that. Now, yes, in my household, laziness was a spirit, quitting was a spirit, not cleaning your room, that's a spirit. We rebuke it all. All of it, all y'all are suspect, anybody. Now, this is the reason I say that this degree that I have now may have one name on it, but it has many hands on it. And I thank everybody, once again, for everything that they've done. Now, the third phase and the final phase is triumph. And triumph is exactly what it sounds like. You win. You have found your track. You have weathered the storm. And now you get to reap the benefits of your own hard work. Now, some people want to spend millions of dollars, being an attorney, but me, I'd rather spend $1 million sending our children in the neighborhoods to colleges and universities because I understand what needs to happen in order for us to be successful. And that is why we are originals. Originals stand for the good that can be brought into the world with our gifts and talents while everybody else simply takes away. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., class of 48 from the Morehouse College, in case there was any other HBCUs in here that want to represent, he once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at time of challenge and controversy, which is why I have taken my stand and I encourage others to do the same. Maybe your interest is in finding a cure for AIDS or a rare form of cancer that everybody tells you is impossible to find. I feel confident that I'm speaking before the person that will stand to bring these elements into existence that will say, you are wrong and I did it. Maybe you want to solve world hunger. Maybe you like international affairs. I feel confident I'm standing before the person right now that says, I got it. That's all it takes. Maybe I'm standing before a person that says that they want to extinguish the national debt, which for some odd reason, people in DC can't seem to figure out because they're too busy saying no to everything. But I'm telling you, I am confident that I stand before someone right now who has the answers that will unlock that. And now it's time for you to stand and do it. Hold up. All right. Now I'm wrapping it up, but before I go, I need all of the 2012 graduates to take a stand for me. Okay. Okay. Now, hold on. I need y'all to stay standing. I need you to stay standing because I have something to say to you particularly. You are the future. You are bright. You are dreamers. And you are originals. You are the result of years of successful marches, and you are the result of several years of sacrifice. You are powerful beyond a measure that you even understand or can conceive at this time. And you need to understand that. I know this because I was once in your shoes, and I know that in a few short years, you will be in mine. Now, thank you. There will come a time in your track and your trials where you will doubt, where you will question, and where you will be exhausted in your efforts. But know that this is just part of the process. There will be a time where faith is the only option that you have, and others will question what you do. And it's my hope that you will remember on May 24th, 2012, what Aaron Abram told you exactly what you needed to do. I will do what my family taught me from day one in order to dedicate myself long enough for the long haul in recognition that sweat equity determined that hard work comes before the payoff. I will do what my community taught me in protecting my dream because nobody else can look after my success like I can. I will do what I learned from my faith that told me that faith without works is dead, and that because all things work together for good for those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose, that I was made for a time such as this. That is who you are. So when all the chips have been pushed in because the games are over, and when all the smoke has cleared from the grenades of those that wanted to see you fall, those that wanted to see you fail, know this, that when it all goes down, tell them, I will stand, period. Every one of you. All of you. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I told you we would have a good time. You just gotta trust me, because I'm a doctor. All right? Thank you again.
Oh, yeah. The doors of the congregation is now open. Man, that was powerful. See, he went to Morehouse. I went to Norfolk State, so, I'm going to give you a nickname, A-Double. A-Dub. Man, that's a blessing. Y'all give it up for his mother. A mother's love will go. A-Dub, don't mess around, made me change my Facebook page sitting right over there. Let me change my picture, praise God, right now. Put some clothes on, praise. My Easter suit. But I love, man, you talked about your mother and everything, man. That's always a great thing to have somebody in your life to have that backbone for you. My mother told me she was going to make me the right honor student, praise God. And I didn't understand what she meant till I got older, you know what I mean, and graduated with honors from Norfolk State and got my master's in business administration from CU Boulder. And then at that time, I asked her, I said, what did you mean you want me to be the right honor student? She says, I didn't want you to be the other honor student. I said, what is the other honor student? She said, yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. How many years, Your Honor? So don't let your baby be an honor student, praise God. Let me keep it moving. I was about to be like you, Aaron. I should be a pastor. You was closing 3 times, praise God, in closing. But thank you so much for that speech again. Thank you so much.